Hey, Mission. As many of you have, we've been watching the increasing cases of the COVID-19 virus across Arizona over the last couple of weeks. And in light of that information, after consulting with some experts and praying, considering, debating as a team, we've made the really difficult decision to postpone resuming our in-person gatherings this weekend here at Mission. Now, I know that disappoints many of you, and what you need to know is it disappoints me as well. This past weekend, we had a volunteer gathering in this room, and it was the first time we had people in this room for about 3 months, and it was really emotional, and it was really amazing, and I'm looking forward to the day when we're all gonna regather, but I want you to know this decision was not made out of fear. It was made really out of prudence and responsibility and out of love for you. In fact, you may not realize this, but you helped us make this decision. This week, we've actually had a slower than anticipated number of RSVPs come in for our gathering this weekend. Now, I know a lot of you did RSVP, but it was slower than we thought, and it wasn't as many as we thought to this point. And we felt like that, along with the increasing number of emails we've received from people, from many of you who originally were eager to regather and eager for us to resume our services here on the weekend, a number of you have indicated to us that you're not yet ready and you're not as comfortable about coming back. In addition to attendees, we've had a number of volunteers who, you need to know, have very respectfully and very graciously decided to bow out of serving for the upcoming weeks just because they didn't feel as comfortable. In fact, they felt the least comfortable they felt in any point during this season when we've been battling this pandemic. So all of that, along with mixed emotions amongst our staff and our volunteer leaders, we just felt like with the values we've placed in front, saying that we wanted to hold up both safety and unity as our top two goals. We just thought, in terms of those values, it doesn't make sense. It's not prudent for us to just move forward. We didn't feel good about it, and so we made that really difficult decision. Now, some of you may be wondering, so when are we gonna regather? Are we gonna regather soon? Our plan right now is just, instead of, as you remember, we were gonna meet for 2 weeks, and then we were gonna meet online on July the 5th, and then we were gonna resume in-person gatherings after making some adjustments on the 12th. So our new target date is July 12th. We wanna, our goal is to still regather as soon as it makes sense for us, and it just didn't feel like it made sense during this season. So July 12th is what we're targeting. It's what our new plan, we're pivoting towards planning for that weekend. We're gonna actually begin a brand new series on that weekend. I'll tell you about that in upcoming weeks, but if you're wondering, we're postponing for the next 2 weeks, and then we'll be online, we'll be online for the next 2 weeks and for July 5th, and then on July 12th, our hope and goal is to resume in-person gatherings on that weekend. Now, I have to say this, in light of this, one of the most difficult things for me is this weekend is gonna be fantastic here at Mission, and it's gonna be fantastic here as we gather together online. I've invited a friend, Dr. Derwin Gray, who's an author. He's just recently released a book called The Good Life, and it's not the prosperity gospel, but it is all about finding the good life that God has for every single one of us, and that his life is full of happiness and goodness if we live it and pursue it the right way. I can't wait for you to hear from him. And in addition to that, Derwin Gray is actually an African-American pastor of a multi-ethnic, multi-generational church in Charlotte, North Carolina. And we're gonna talk specifically and honestly, and we're gonna have a very real conversation about the current climate of race in our culture, and I think it's gonna be super helpful. He is actually an expert in this area, so I'm looking forward to getting his insight and learning from him, as many of us have been listening and learning in this season, learning from him this weekend. So don't miss that. I hope you'll join us. It's really gonna be a fantastic weekend, and we're gonna gather as we have been online, and we're all gonna continue to look forward to regathering in person on July the 12th. Thank you so much for your support and your encouragement. You've just been amazing during this season. You've been so supportive. Even when we've sort of disagreed about things, you've been very trusting of our leadership and appreciative of all the efforts we're making as a staff. So thank you for that. I expect nothing but that in the future. And I look forward to seeing you online this weekend as we continue our Voices series.